Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast for the recently deceased. I'm Nate Roberts.
And I am Rodney Godek. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I am glad to be back. It's been
Yes.
a long break, which
Mhm.
the viewers might not get since we've been updating about once a week.
Yeah. It's like there's an echo in here. I know what you mean. The funny thing is, there's a lot of things that I've got going on in my personal life as far as a newborn, 9 month old, in all fairness, and a new job, which is a legitimate thing, that are like just taking time away after work. We obviously have real jobs, and we do not earn money this way. We don't even have a Patreon yet
Yes.
to help facilitate us wanting to do this more. We care about what we're doing, and it just takes us a little bit more get up and go to actually produce the content, which exists. We just have not, and by we I mean me, have not edited, and I'm kind of wanting to do the editing because I'm a selfish bastard. So my apologies. It will be coming very, very, very soon.
It is coming. In fact, after tonight, we'll have 12 episodes in the can. I think we're up to episode four or
Yes.
five
Yeah, four has been out. Yeah, because four,
on the
our last
YouTube.
one,
Yeah.
yes. At this time of recording, the last thing that we've released was There's Something Wrong with the Children.
Yes.
And I know they say don't date your content, man. Don't talk about current events and what you're talking on the stream. But who cares?
Yeah. Also, I think we've said in every single episode how shitty horror has been in 2023 so far. I think that's playing to our advantage a little bit in that
Yeah,
we
because
that we.
no one's watching the movies. No one's watching anyone talk about the shit movies. So it's like people will look back and be like, oh, I guess people talked about it.
Last year
Um,
there were so many movies we missed some and had to catch up.
yes. If
This
the only thing I suppose that we could be like, okay, it's like that I feel bad about is like we could be the lighthouse saying, avoid this coast, avoid this coast, and we're not warning people. But people are watching it, and people that care about watching the movies are going to see it, and then they'll watch us talk about it if they kind of want to hear some genuine and honest feedback and fan takes on the movies that are
yes,
coming out. We have no
yes,
affiliation.
that's
No one
right.
is in our pockets,
We are not
or our
here.
hands aren't in their pockets. Something
We're
like
we're
that.
not here to please the Hollywood machine.
No, if
Uh,
anything, we are here to kick their dicks in.
that's right. That's right. And coming right back, episode 9. It's a Hollywood movie. Scream 6. Directed by Matt Bettinelli. Bettinelli. Open.
Bettelini.
Bettinelli. Oh,
Bettinelli.
Tyler Gillette. Written by James Vanderbilt, Guy Busick, and Kevin Williamson. Although I think he's only getting the story credit there for it being based on
You mean the
his.
acclaimed co-writer of Sick?
Yeah.
That
I mean,
Kevin Williamson?
yeah, the Kevin Williamson, who wrote Scream 1
Who are
and
the ad
Sick,
wizards that wrote Scream? Yeah. So
starring
clearly, yeah. Go ahead. Starring.
starring Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, and Courtney Cox. Got billing over both of them, but whatever.
Well, notably, this iteration of the Scream franchise is without the beloved Nev Campbell.
Yes.
Mostly, I believe, Nate, over money concerns.
Money concerns. I like to pretend in my brain where things are as they
Oh
should
boy.
be that
Mm, broken.
the writers decided not to lean on the old characters anymore. They don't have to.
I think that that's fair, but I think that she probably said, "No, I want this much," and they're like, "We kind of don't care, so
Yeah,
you can just
yeah.
pass sit this one out."
As much as I actually enjoyed this movie, I also could have just done without Courtney Cox. Like there was no reason for Gal Weathers to be in this movie besides.
Unless you wanted to see what someone whose face has been hacked and slashed looks like live and walking,
Not looking too good for Galen Kirby.
Right.
then yeah, you want to watch it because that's what she looks like.
That's true.
She's like, hey, Meg Ryan's on this movie. We need someone else that looks like complete garbage, so let's put her in. But she's already been in this, so it's not like they had to pull any weird strings to get her to do it. So
Right.
that's not fair. But again, obviously, some people just fight age, dude. They
Yeah,
don't just accept it. Just
that's true.
accept it.
It's
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
Just a quick mention of the
Oh,
Hayden Panettiere
Kirby.
yeah, it's not even a cameo. She was definitely in a good portion of the movie.
Yes.
Kirby Reed. Um, Loved Scream 4 for any of
Mm-hmm.
those people who make their Scream lists and put 4 on the bottom. Probably give it another watch. Um, Maybe you just watched it when you were young and thought it was just a garbage Scream sequel.
I think it might have been near the bottom of my list, and I definitely watched it like just last year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you're just wrong then. It was really good. All right. Now, before we even get into our reviews, my favorite part of Scream 6, Samara Weaving is the
yeah.
Drew Barrymore of Scream
Hmm.
6. Thank you, Miss Weaving, for gracing this movie with your cameo.
Yeah, what a great way to enter into the movie, and then everything else that came with it. It was a great addition, and definitely pulled in my attention right away. Instead of like just some random, young up and comer, she's established, and that's what made. Although Drew Barrymore, I guess, was technically no, she's not even an up and comer because she was in goddamn ET and Firestarter, so she was already a Hollywood person.
Yeah. Oh
It's not
yeah.
like she was new. It's just it was that she was established, and you would have expected. Now you took Samara, who's established indie horror, uh, and you do expect it. So what can they do that makes it more unique? And I think that they nailed it in this one. So do you want to just jump in? Do you want to do our taglines and we'll start getting into it?
Yeah. Yeah. For me, Scream 6 was a
Do the
fun.
tagline. Do the tag. Stop. Do the tagline.
Do the tagline.
Yeah, the
Where's the tag?
IMDb tagline.
Oh, there it is. Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's been so long.
silly,
It's been so
silly
long.
Nate. Oh, I
In
hear it all the time.
in the next installment, the survivors of the ghost-faced killings leave Woodsboro behind and start a fresh chapter in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ghostface takes Manhattan.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
All right.
yeah, I'll take it. It's short and sweet, and it doesn't give anything away. So good job,
Yeah,
guy.
that's completely fine. It's just
Yep.
there. That's all that needs to be. Not a distraction. Good job.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Yep. Got it. Okay.
I gotta stop saying nailed it.
Yeah. Scream 6. Um, very fun. Very fun movie. All the kills are good. The suspense is good. A few jump scares that actually delivered. Um, it doesn't really break any new ground. It's very much your standard Scream fare.
Yep.
They're talking about New York City. We changed the location. Well, you didn't change anything else about the franchise, except for that Nev Campbell wasn't in it, but that was also not under your control. So, um, yeah, just a just a great movie. Highlights: Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega as the final girl combo. Also sisters. I don't want to give anything away by talking about other survivors or potential survivors. They crush it. They both crush it in this movie. They're both excellent. I don't know if you're watching Wednesday, but that show is fucking terrible, and I love Jenna Ortega. Uh, so please separate her from Wednesday if you can.
Hmm.
Um, Scream 6 gets a 7 out of 10.
Whoa, a big ol' 7. Very nice. Nicely done, Nate. Let me add to that in my way. So I think that Scream 6, to your point, doesn't do anything new. Really, there's some nuances that are unique. The intro, a unique take. The shotgun existence and the way that it happens, unique, new, exciting. They are flipping the script and doing some things that are unique, but they're aware, obviously, as a meta horror slash comedy that it is, that they're aware that that's what's to be expected. So um, it's done in such a way where they rely on tropes in a way that's very comical, um, and they kind of have this not give a fuck attitude about a lot of the decision making as far as the script goes and the passing of events. There's a litany of um, plot armor for no real reason, aside of like trying to hold on to this idea of the core four.
Right.
which we'll talk about. So there's absurdity in all of that. There's absurdity in being able to finger who is the culprit pretty early on, or have a really good suspicion, but then question how things are happening, but then like put it together and be like, okay, why though? But all of that, I think, to me, just feeds into what you would expect from this franchise. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's not meant to be a serious whodunit caper. It's just meant to be have fun in this world. You know the killer. You know the characters. It's gonna have gore. It's gonna have thrills. It's gonna have some scares. And it's gonna have pretty decent acting, which it does with the cast that's involved. And so just enjoy yourselves, eat your popcorn, and go along for the ride. So I have no I don't think talking about this film critically is really that important because it doesn't care. This is a B movie type thing. It's not breaking new ground. It's just doing what's been done a million times before. And you might say, well, isn't that what Fast and Furious is doing? And we fucking hate it because there's a 10 and they're in space now. What's going on? They used to just be stealing DVDs or whatever. Uh, and I get that, but this is more fun than gross Vin Diesel action with cars. Like, I guess this is if you like horror instead of cars, then this is your thing. And I guess I shouldn't, knock cars, but they're stupid. So but again, they're in the same universe. You
Cars was
don't
a great
really pay
movie.
attention. Oh,
Cars.
Lightning McQueen. I'm all on board. But you can't take it as a true cinema. Like it's kind of like just it's not even guilty pleasure. It's just there, and just enjoy it or not, and just don't enjoy it. But if you're in the know, you probably should have really enjoyed this because they did everything they're supposed to do right. So
Yes.
I landed at a 6 out of 10. I feel comfortable with that 7, but I think because it's really in the end not a good film or very good film, it's just a good film.
Right.
So it's a 6 for me.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about spoilers now because I've got some stuff to say.
All right. Do you wanna do chronological order? Or you just want to jump around? Because I
Let's
mean, I want to talk about the opening, but you can whatever you're
yeah.
most excited about.
Just
Let's talk
remember to
about
get
that.
just remember to get back to the opening because we already
Okay,
brought it
we never do that.
we
I
already
should
brought
write it. Hang it.
we, we already brought up sick. Um. Oh my God, Kevin Williamson. Could you not make the fucking reveal the same as your last movie? Are you kidding me? Like I know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's a family revenging the death of of the son of the kid. Let's do it in Scream. It's the same fucking story.
I think I saw a Michael Manchada cameo in the background. He was walking the streets talking about how he loved Ozark, but he's in these shit movies now.
I'm just like, oh man, when
That's
the
a
like,
great point because yeah, it's like because it doesn't make sense. Like
yeah,
you figuring out who done it. It's like there doesn't there's no connection to anyone unless you bring up random people.
yeah,
And they dangle that and that's kind of like a fucked up thing. I feel like whoever made the poster with the metro tracks and they had Stu Macher written as a stop, but they put like an X through it or something like that. And so everyone's like, "Oh, Stu's gonna be in it. Stu's alive. Stu's alive." I hate to break it to you.
yeah. Did you watch Scream? he he died.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a television and other things, and
yeah,
yeah,
like he didn't just like get stabbed in the stomach and fall down, and we didn't see him again for the rest of the movie.
sure. However, did you see two of the core four completely get obliterated with gun or knife, and then they're
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
That
it's
was definitely a
so the
little
fact
silly.
that Stu could be alive is very well a plausible theory. And but to your point, yes, the idea of the plot and who's doing what, it's like it didn't make sense for it to be anyone uh except a revenge type thing of
Yeah.
somehow someone's connected, and that's what it ended up turning to be. And it was disappointing. And the other thing about it is what's his fucking name? I'm sorry, because I always confuse him with the other guy that looks somewhat
Right,
similar.
it's Dermot
Dermot Mulroney.
Mulroney. Dermot Mulroney, and the other one is Dylan McDermott.
Dylan McDermott, right.
And
Who did that skit? Was that a
there,
Conan skit? I
there
can't
might as
remember.
well be the same guy.
I know. They hear it all the time. It's not even worth even mentioning. But Dermot Mulroney he's just, I don't know if he was intentionally trying to be like just not good, but his delivery and all of his action, it was very not good. And I don't know if in the script it's like, okay, You could just shoot this person, but you're instead going to run toward them so that they could stab you. uh, okay.
uh, I don't think my character would do this. Shut up and get back in there.
Well, and everything about the plot where like you have to have these like the fact that he's a detective and he's in New York, which just so happens to be where they're at, and he's gained the ranks where he can like put people in positions and pull people from other positions to
Yeah.
navigate
Oh yeah.
the
Okay.
inter-office workings
Right.
of the NYPD to make it work out just right
So
and
it's
afford two kids going to college, afford paying for all this fan art and or the
the
actual
shrine. The
murder
shrine.
weapons. They could do all this planning just to have their revenge and then ruin it.
And then not right, and then
They were
fail.
so close. So
Oh,
close.
Heating up.
they were there. Yeah, so like I'll take the family revenge story, but you
Sure.
can't tell me that they coincidentally moved to a place where the father happened to work.
No, it's too many
Yeah,
stars
it's
are
yeah,
aligning, bro. It's like
yeah.
and but that's what's but you can laugh about it because like yeah, of course it's ridiculous and so you can't you just let it go like cuz yes, it's dumb. It's you still love it.
You still love
It's
it,
the
yeah.
giant you still
I
love it.
I referred to Scream 6. Someone was complaining about it the other day. I was like, stop, just stop. Scream 6 is pizza. You know,
Yes,
you hear that joke about
the great
pizza,
equalizer.
yeah, pizza being equated to sex, like even bad pizza is good. I do the same thing with the Scream movies. Scream is pizza, man. Like even a bad one's fine. It's just fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like 3, I hate Scream 3, but you know, I'll still watch it.
Yeah, if it's
I'm
on
not
in the
gonna turn it
background,
off.
I'm still going to laugh at some of the dialogue
Yeah,
or the actions or the things that you hear going on. It's still a lot of fun. Um So, other things, Nate. So yeah, the plot ridiculous.
yeah,
The intro, I do want to just comment. The intro I thought
sure,
was fantastic. I think the idea that she was a film professor, that the way that they did the review, because you know what's going to happen. It's actually
right,
Ghostface, and they're going to lure her into an alley.
yep,
That's what happens. And then whenever they do the kill, and then he crouches down, I knew immediately, and you probably did too. As soon as they crouch down, like they're going to reveal who it is right now. And this is going to be the unique twist. This is the Shyamalan of this Scream. And they did. And then they pay it off in this most interesting way where it's like, actually, they're these dumb fucks that were planning on doing something. They're the red herring. They're the scapegoat for the ultimate back puppeteer plan, right? And they just pulled the trigger too quickly to to get the plan rolling
right,
and then they get their comeuppance right away from the actual
right,
puppeteers of this whole plan. And I really enjoyed the way that they did it because you're really kind of confused and it kind of throws you off a normal footing that you have in with the franchise where things happen like kill, now move on to the story, and then you find out
yeah,
why they're important. They get to like who it is right away, and I thought
yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really loved that opening. I also really loved the convenience store scene, which I know gets talked about a lot because of the shotgun and stuff. But I think that entire sequence was shot really well.
Hmm.
Everything in it was with I mean, the suspense in that scene was like real compared to
Sure.
like other like suspense later when you're like the ladder come over the thing to the other building. You're like okay, this is not like you're just like,
Yeah, it's a bit of a stop.
but
It's the only moment that really starts to get into the potential collateral damage of the environment that they're in, and I don't think they did enough of it. It was the only instance where you saw bystanders be impacted by the actions of the people in a brutal way, where I think that they killed at least one or two
yeah,
of the store clerk and the one random guy that tried stopping them.
yeah,
But they and that's silly because they could have probably done that a lot more, whether it's in the subway, doing shit, or in Central Park, or at these giant high-rise apartments. Like there should have been more people around for collateral damage to occur where they'd have to kill innocents or people that are not involved in the story. It's like they started it and then they just like ignored it, which I thought was a missed opportunity. It could have let for a higher kill count with more insane action. And it's what probably weakened the action that did occur like in the subway. Like, okay, I get everyone's in masks, which again, another fun sidebar. This is like Halloween
Halloween, yeah,
kills, where it's like everyone's in costume. It's like, hey guys, okay, reality here. No one fucking does this. Every costume is supposed to be slutty nurse, slutty whatever, and dudes are just some dumb meme. Okay, no one dresses like as traditional costumes. No one's, a skeleton, a witch, a cow, like with great detail. This doesn't really happen. So But the fact that they like didn't really do much of the kills on the trains, like they just did it secretly in the back of the train. Okay, it
Yeah,
could have been more fun with involving some of them and trying to stop them.
yeah.
But
I also felt the missed opportunity of you're using New York City and you used no locations
sure,
besides subway.
yeah.
Um,
Well, there was a little bit of Central Park, right? Kind of.
kind of could
Yeah,
have,
but it very well
yeah,
could have been any park that they
and
were
yeah, it could
in.
have been any park. There's a
Yeah,
few of them. I don't know.
right.
It just a lot of missed opportunities. Um, which once again, it's a campy
Hmm.
A-list B movie. Like it's a B
Yeah,
movie with a Hollywood budget. So it doesn't look like a B movie. It doesn't feel like a B movie, but it's still campy slasher fun. So yeah, did it have to hit all these things we're saying it missed? Not really. Would it have been
right. Yeah,
would it have been better? Probably, but like how
yeah.
much better
But I don't
does it need
think
to be?
how much better does it have to be, and how much better
Exactly.
can it really be? Because it's just dumb. There's nothing that new that they're gonna be able to do. I don't think that they can reinvent it. People have always like since the reboot, which I guess they do the fucking what's his name's cousin or daughter-in-law, whoever the hell she is. She's like the new what's his name that explains the movies and everything. I can't remember his character's name from Scream and Scream 2. He describes the
Oh
tropes
yeah,
of
yeah,
horror,
yeah.
whatever his character's name is. Try to think of it. Their relative.
Randy?
So Randy, yes, Randy's Meeks, right? So the new Meeks, she's describing it, and in this one, it was weak. It was a weaker point of the moment of a movie. Like in most of these, this is like the fun part of the movie where they're talking all the cool tropey stuff, and it all makes sense. This is the one where I was like, you guys are kind of reaching. You're saying this is now franchise territory. I was like, hey, you motherfuckers, it's been franchised for a fucking couple movies by now.
Right.
This is you've been in franchise territory. You can't do like this different thing with
Yeah.
franchise. So whatever, but you let that pass. But yes, it can't do anything more than it's already done. And what I was getting at is some people have been like, oh, they need to do a Scream where they take an A24 tilt, and it's like, okay, there's something to that idea where you do
Yeah.
art house Scream, and maybe that could be cool. I don't know. Probably not
I'd wa
because it would be. I'd watch it, of
I'd
course,
watch
but
it. I don't know how good it would be.
But
I
it's like
mean,
this isn't Ernest movies. This isn't Ernest scared stupid. Ernest goes to camp. Ernest, does whatever. Ernest
Ghost
isn't a horror movie.
yeah, Ghostface goes to the allegory.
Like, so you can't really just insert a different kind of genre into the franchise and make that work. It's just its own thing. So I will say the one kind of exciting kill you mentioned, the ladder scene. I thought the way the ladder scene ended was pretty exciting. It was very reminiscent of the intro to Halloween Ends, where the snapping up, the head hitting the dumpster and violently flying the way it did. I was like, oh, they didn't need to do that. I was expecting it to just
Yeah.
human go flat, and they kind of hit the rim, and I was like, oh shit. It was a little brutal. I was like, ouch, ouchies. It's gonna leave a mark. She's not
Yeah.
gonna be in Scream 8 or 7.
So,
You remember that from from Rush Hour? You watched Rush Hour, right?
yeah.
Tell me you've seen Rush Hour.
I've
Rush
seen
Hour
Rush
2?
Hour. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a bloopers outtake that I kept watching on Rush Hour 2. I don't remember if it was at the credits during the TBS showings of it, but uh, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan are like in the rooftop, and like someone falls out the window or like does whatever and gets blown up, and the camera keeps rolling, and they're just reacting to the stuff that they see off screen. And Chris Tucker's like, she ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. And Jackie Chan's like, he like loses it, because it's not part of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that. I think about it all the time.
Yeah. I think those Rush Hour outtakes were definitely better than the movie.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So what else is there left to say, man?
Yeah, there isn't much left to say besides, you know, uh, please kill the other two in Scream 7. Don't.
You mean the core four?
Yeah.
Randy and the
Yeah.
Randy's whoever and her guy. Shit. I apologize to everyone that's listening. So yeah, Mindy Meeks and Chad
And
Meeks.
Chad Meeks Martin. Yeah, Mindy Meeks
Yeah.
Martin and Chad Meeks Martin. Oh, they're real life twins?
Uh, no, I don't think
No.
so.
Brother and
No,
sister, husband and wife?
that's the character names.
Oh, though. Oh, right. They're twins in the show. Okay, got it.
Fucking
IMDb, you're so.
that's right. Ugh.
Why wouldn't their names be bolded? I don't get it, Anyway. Um,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like the
I,
core four. This was stupid. The plot
the
armor,
core four
them
is the
being
core four.
stabbed the
Yeah,
way that
the core
again,
four is very
it's like
dumb.
the whole Stranger Things thing. Like, there's got to be stakes. Just kill someone. You have to kill people. That's
Yeah,
part of it. You killed fucking Dewey, and then you don't kill anyone in this one, except for the one random girl who's a girlfriend she didn't even really care about.
yeah.
You didn't really kill anyone.
You didn't kill anyone. You didn't kill Kirby, Courtney, or the core four.
Yeah.
That was
So
all the Scream like
yeah,
legacy characters. Not a single one of them died.
yeah,
Um, so better step it up for Scream 7.
yeah.
Um,
In Scream 7, you're gonna find out one of them's actually a Skywalker, and so
yeah. uh,
lightsaber,
just
ghost face.
just make sure Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega survive Scream 7. They kill the bad guy. I don't care who else dies. Kill them all.
Yeah.
Literally kill them all. Have them be the
Well, it's
only
weird
two
because now
who walk out of the building. End the franchise. 7 movies.
right,
We're done.
it's
We're
just weird.
good.
Like, what are they gonna do? Because you can't be in New York because it doesn't really make sense. You're just in New York, and now you should be leaving it because of this, or maybe you stick around, but then you don't have the cachet of New York and it being different. So you can't do Woodsboro because you've already done Woodsboro to death. You've done it for six movies already,
Yeah.
or 5 movies. And so what do you do? Like, I don't know. They're gonna do something. They're writing fervishly right now as we speak.
Absolutely. All right.
Whenever I say this, I mean AI is writing it for me. So
AI, ChatGPT and Kevin Williamson together are really like I really think they should be related to the
yeah.
killers somehow. Scream 6, I gave it a 7.
I had a 6 for Scream 6.
And for the podcast for the recently deceased, I'm Nate Roberts,
And I'm Ryan Godek. Take care.
and we'll see you next time.